So I've been doing a lot of Josh Johnson stuff lately, and one of the comments that I got in the thing is in my last Josh Johnson reaction. Make sure you go check it out. Was how much he sounds like Donald Glover. Now, that led me to this Donald Glover. You know, I'm so used to him being Childish Gambino now. I forgot this nigga was a stand-up comic. And we got, why are there no crazy man stories? Hit thumbs up if you want more Donald Glover, and let me know in the comment section the next thing I should react to. Upvote every comment you agree with.
Relationships are really hard. Like, it really broke my heart. Like, it's hard, but like, you know, it's just like, because there's so many things that you learn in a relationship, especially when you're really in love and stuff like that. I remember.
I'm trying to hear I definitely hear the Josh in him already. No freaky, hey, yo. And his voice, I kind of hear it, yeah.
Guys, tell me if this ever happened to you. Like, you be in the bed, right, and you're with your girl, and you're sleeping, and all of a sudden, be like, ow! And she'd be like, I just had a dream where you were sleeping with another woman. And you'd be like, so? She'd be like, explain yourself.
You know what's crazy? Donald Glover, when I first saw him here, I wasn't a huge fan. But like after Atlanta, after Parks and Rec, even though this is probably after Parks and Rec, I didn't like appreciate. I feel like he evolved into his form of comedy when he started as a writer, like the Atlanta shit. Atlanta has me cracking up, especially that first season.
Now, anybody else in the world, any other human being, you'd be like, oh, that person has mild schizophrenia, right?
It's crazy to think this Childish
she's your
Gambino.
girl and you love her, you'll be like, oh, well, you know me. That's all you can say. And no dude in the world can get away with that junk. No dude in your dudes. If your friend came up to you, you look at him like he was crazy. He was like, boom, hey, man, I had a dream where you were mean to me. You stepped on my foot and you ain't saying nothing. Also, you were holding a baby. And the baby had a very old face. And my teeth fell out, and my feet were heavy, and my father was there. I did not see him, but I knew he was there.
That sounds like a lot of my dreams, especially the teeth falling out part. Holy shit.
Watch your ass.
Man, how talented Donald Glover is insane. I always appreciate people like him, Jamie Foxx, where they're masters or they do a lot of different disciplines and are pretty big in each of those disciplines, or pretty far along in each of those disciplines. The fact that he just dropped his last album, he says, is Childish Gambino, and dissed Drake on it, and then going back to seeing his stand-up. First of all, if I'm Drake, I'm destroying this nigga. Donald Glover might be funnier than Drake just because he's a writer and he writes funny, but we don't know that. We don't know that. But I don't know why that brought up. But it's crazy to see this. No hair on his face. Childish Donald Glover. Nigga looks 12. That's crazy to see where he's gone since this.
Also, like,
let me know if I should do more,
when I started
Donald
listening
Glover.
to him, like, really listening once the breakup happened, listening to other women, like, I realized, like, every man in this room has a crazy woman story, you know? Like, every man in here is just like, oh, remember Christine? Christine was crazy. Christine was so crazy, remember? When I had my new girl, and Christine comes like, where that bitch at? I was like, Christine, what's going on? I got my new girl. Get out of here, Christine. Christine was crazy, right? Christine was crazy. Oh, the memories. You know, and, you know, every dude in here has that story. And I was like, why don't women have crazy men stories? Like, why don't women have crazy men stories? I don't really hear them. And then I realized, I was like,
because usually they end with a murder.
oh, it's because if you got a crazy boyfriend, you gon' die.
Wait.
Just something about men. The second they realize they're crazy, it's like, time to kill everything I love. Time to kill it all. It's all coming with me. And you can hear a crazy like man's story, but they're not fun like crazy women's stories at all. Like they was just like, oh, remember Charlie? Charlie was so crazy. He used to come over and shoot my dog. And it was dead the first time, but he kept shooting it. And then I moved to Florida, and he found me. Now I'm in this wheelchair. Oh, poor made-up lady. I heard some of them. I'm gonna say some outlandish stuff. I heard some of those oohs and ahs. They were like, oh, it's like poor made-up lady. Poor lady that Donald made up can't get up pretend steps. Because she's in a pretend wheelchair. But that's what that is. That's all about imagination and stuff like that. Because I'm a very imaginative person. I grew up like in a foster home. Like my parents were foster parents, and we had a lot of foster kids. And kids like go crazy. It's all about imagination and stuff like that. Like they're very emotional beings, you know, kids. I remember. You guys remember when the lights would go out in your school? Remember that?
This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But as a black man, what the fuck is going on with his haircut? I didn't want to say nothing, but this is a comedy channel, and I gotta point out everything that's hilarious to me. Who cut your hair, gang? Cause it wasn't a black barber, nigga. Or if it was, that nigga was trying to make fun of you. This, let me tell all my non-black friends or non-fade getting friends. You see this little box right here? This is supposed to be down here. I don't know why they made his sideburn go all the... Hold on. Let me show y'all something. Hold on. Okay, so y'all can't really see it because I haven't got a haircut in a while. You see me woofing in here. But like, it's hard to point at the thing. You see how anyway, it's supposed to be closer to your ear. This shit is so far up, I don't even understand where it's going. You can't really see mine because my haircut, I need another haircut. But damn, nigga, if I had a Comedy Central special and that was my barber, that's what I got. We fighting, bro.
That, like in the 3rd grade, like when the lights would go out, I'd be like,
all right, now back. I have to say it. It was bothering me.
Like, kids just lose it. It wasn't even dark. It's like 2 p.m. Sunlight's coming through the window. Kids just like, like just like losing their minds. And the same junk would happen when there was a fire drill, and the principal would come on and tell you there was gonna be a fire drill. Like, in 2 minutes, there's gonna be a fire drill. And be like,
That's true. I remember that.
Craziness. Kids aren't thinking. We had a teacher named Mr. Brown, right? We had a teacher named Mr. Brown, and he was writing something on the board once.
Name.
He was writing something on the board, and he farted. And
that would have been the end. He could have never came back to my school. And the teacher farted. He would have never been able to wrangle that class back in. And the teacher farted? Bro, when a student used to fart, it used to end the classroom. A teacher? And he's named Mr. Brown? Oh, it's a wrap for that nigga. He got a transfer, gang.
You would have thought kids had seen the face of God. Kids weren't even laughing. They were just sitting there, they're like, they just like screaming. Just screaming. Kids had to get carted out. Kids were screaming and crying. Like, kids had to get carted out, and they were going to like the nurse's office. Kids are crying in the hallway. This is like, oh, this is our 9/11, and it was. It was their 9/11, because they never thought anything like that could ever happen.
Facts.
Kids were all in the hallways giving interviews. They're like, oh my God, I remember, because I was talking to Bertram Harris, and he said if my hand was bigger than my face, then I had AIDS. So I put my hand in front of my face, and then he slammed it. It was a very funny joke. But then all of a sudden, we heard this sound from the front of the room, and it was Mr. Brown. And then Johnny Seawright stood up and said, Mr. Brown browned his pants. that was even funnier. My heart goes out to the parents of the children who smelt the fart. Because that's even funnier than hearing it. Is there a God? You know?
You can even see his like acting abilities too, where he doesn't just do impressions, he goes into the character. Let me know if I should do more Donald Glover. It's dope watching him back when he was doing stand-up. That's crazy.